This video is going to be a little bit about how to graph on a TI-83 and also how to create a table of data points. So when you turn on your calculator with the on button, you get to this main home screen. To enter an equation to graph, you click this here, y equals. And now you have all these places where you can enter equations to graph. So for example, I could enter x over 5 plus 2. And when I click graph over here, it's going to show me a graph of the line that I just entered. So that's how you can see what your graph looks like. Now if your graph doesn't all fit on the window in this little space, you click the window button and you change xmin and xmax. That tells you how far to the left and right does the x-axis go. And then when you go to ymin and ymax, that tells you how far up and down it goes. So for example, if I just want to say, that x goes from 0 to 15, I make the xmin 0, xmax 15. And if I want to do the same for y, I can do ymin 0 and ymax 15. And now you see I have a different scale of just this much. So that's how you can enter all kinds of equations. See, so you click this button here to enter your variable like x. There's things you can do squared, you can do square root of x, or you can just use x by itself. All kinds of things like this. And then if you want to hide a function, you can click this equal sign and it goes away. So that's how you. So now you see that hid those. That's how you graph something. Now if you want to see what kind of data points you're getting, you can click. So if you click here where it says table set, this yellow word, to get to the yellow word, you click this yellow button second, and then whenever you click, you'll see this arrow here on your cursor. That means that you've hit second, and then you can click this button and it will go to the yellow word, table set. So now it's saying you want to create a table. What do you want your table to start with? Well, say I want my x values. I want my x values starting at 5. I click a 5. I enter 5 here, and then how much do I want between each x value in my table? Do I want to enter like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Do I want like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5? So I'll enter, just for now, I'll enter 0.5. And then you can usually leave these on auto. So now that I've entered how I want my table to look, I'm going to look at my table. So here's my table over here, this yellow word here. Click second. I see that arrow, which means I click second and go to table, the yellow word table above graph. Now it shows me a table of x values and y values. So, and now I see if I plug in 4, then my y value for y1 is going to be 5.8. If I plug in 5, I get 6. If I plug in 6, I get 6.2. So it tells me all these coordinate pairs. So that's how the table works. So that's how you can see a list of data points. And that's how you graph something and then see a table of the data from your graph. And if I turn this plot on, because that one was turned off, because when you unhighlight the equal sign, that turns off that graph. When I turn it back on and I go back to my table, you can now see that one is also showing in my table. So that's how the tables work on your TI-83. Hope this is helpful.